Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Roster Talk, and today I've got the in-game leader of a brand new roster. Kick have decided to pick up some Bulgarian players, and I'm joined by SPELLAN. Mate, let's start it off. How did this project and lineup come together? Did you pick the players?
Uh, well, honestly, I will start from the beginning. So when I got benched in Mad Lions, I was teamless for like 6 months or something, and during that time, I was exploring a lot of new options. But meanwhile, I was also playing a lot of pucks with AwaykeN, SAIKY, and rafftu, who are actually really close friends of mine. So we played together all the time. We also played a lot of open qualifiers together. We won some small online tournaments, etc. And it felt really good to play together with each other, and it felt like we had really good synergy, and we were having a lot of fun while playing. So yeah, so after that, when Finn decided to disband, Victor contacted me that he has an offer from Kick to build a new team, and I was the first one that he wrote to. So he basically told me that he wants to build a new team with like a new players in the scene with high potential, like players that don't have much experience, so we can basically start from scratch. And like my first idea was to propose that players that I've been playing for so long during my teamless time, like the players I mentioned before. And it was like a very easy talk. He instantly trusted me. He said, "Okay, let's give it a shot. I trust you." So that's kind of how we came to this lineup.
Okay, well then maybe the first step is to talk about Victor, because I remember you guys played together, what was it, late 2017 to mid 2018 when you were under Windigo, and then you had like a little bit
Yeah,
of a stint towards the end of 2019 when it was like Epsilon was kind of falling apart, but there was like a few Bulgarian like cores
yeah.
at least at that point. So just tell me about playing with Victor, because obviously it's been a few years since you've actually been a part of a team with him, but you've played with him for quite a while.
Yeah, like me and Victor, we know each other really good, and like as everybody knows already, he's really experienced player. So I like playing with him. We kind of have a good synergy as well. He helps me a lot with in-game leading and stuff like this, and yeah, so it's not something new for me playing with Victor. It's we know each other so good, and it's kind of easy.
Hmm. Okay. Now you've sort of mentioned the experience that obviously you've got in your career, Victor too. Another guy that maybe doesn't have the highest of experience in the Bulgarian scene, but at least you've played with for quite a while, is rafftu. You had that stint for what, nearly a year on Skate together. So kind of
Yeah,
give me an idea about this guy.
yeah. Well, rafftu is a really good individual player. Like he hasn't got so much experience, but his mechanics and his individual form, if I can say it like this, is on a pretty high level. And I've been watching him for so long. He's also a really close friend of mine, and I really, how can I say? I just really wanted to play with him again for some time now. And yeah, like basically in our team, he's the guy who is taking a lot of map control. He's the aggressive guy with a lot of confidence and stuff like this. So when he's on point, he really makes it easy for me to go because I really believe in him and I think he's a great player.
Okay, and from the outset, when we look at this quarter, we go, okay, they've played with each other before. There's experience here in the Bulgarian scene and in some of the international events. When I look at the two other guys on this team, AwaykeN and SAIKY, I don't know a massive amount about them. I mean, AwaykeN's what, 18? He's your AWPer, but really
Yeah,
for anyone that's maybe not into the Bulgarian scene, give me a description of both of these guys, because I think AwaykeN's got like 6 maps on HLTV and even SAIKY's got like 11.
yeah. Well, yeah, they're both unexperienced players with really high potential. I also think that they are like a really hardworking guys with great mechanics, etc. They really want to work. They're super motivated, and in a new teams like this, you always need young and hungry guys who didn't have the chance before to prove themselves. And I really thought that it's gonna be good to have two hungry players like this who it's basically their first chance to play on professional level. So we decided to give them a chance, and I think they're learning a lot. They're improving day by day, and I think they have really high potential for the future.
And it seems as a whole that's the way the Bulgarian scene is going. The way that sort of Skade has been under making roster changes recently, and Fiend as well, is that you've got the experienced guys, but you've also got that youth coming through. Now, obviously with you, we know that when you played on Mad Lions, you didn't do much AWPing because there was a lot of AWPers on that team, at least secondary. But I've seen you do AWPing before, so I kind of pose this to you, Spellan. Because AwaykeN's not as experienced, are you maybe not going to do primary AWPing, but are you going to bring secondary AWPing back into this team?
Yeah, for sure. I'm already doing it. Like, I feel really comfortable with second AWP. Of course, I'm not gonna be primary AWP. I've tried it one time in skates when we put Dennis Lowe on secondary AWP, but it was not good because for me it's really hard job to call and play primary AWP at the same time, especially on T sides. So yeah, I will just be helping AwaykeN, giving him a lot of new ideas, trying to help him improve as an AWPer, and of course on city sides I'm gonna be playing second AWP most of the maps because I really feel good with it.
And the next obvious question is events. We don't really know what Kick's involved in sort of events. I'm guessing ACA next season you guys are going to try and get involved in. Is there any events that you are particularly wanting to get your feet into? Is it going to be more local stuff, or is it definitely looking at the internationals?
No, to be honest, we are definitely looking to play international. We're looking to play in the beginning, at least get invites for all these Pinnacle Cup and Elisa Invitational, all these good tournaments online. But before that, we want to practice a little bit to fix our map pool so we can be at least a little bit prepared in the beginning when we start playing officials. So yeah, for now, we work on our map pool and we are starting to just look for any invites internationally.
Okay, and I guess you kind of spoke about it that Victor's helping out with some second in-game leading and maybe giving some ideas. At the moment, no coach, no analyst on the team. Is that something that you guys are looking at, or is it, okay, the lineup's just formed, let's start at 5, and then maybe a little bit down the line we'll start looking at some of the extra guys?
Yeah, we kind of decided that in the beginning we will start without a coach because we didn't really have an idea about a good coach, a Bulgarian one. So we'll be playing a little bit without a coach, but then at some point, of course, we will start needing someone to help us and tactically and also like mentally and everything. So at some time, we will start looking for a coach for sure. But right now, not so much.
Okay, and I guess to wrap it up, Spellan, some of the goals for the next 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year. What are they for the team? Is it a certain HLTV ranking? Is it a certain placement in a tournament? Or is it being the best Bulgarian team?
Yeah, well, some of our goals for the next 6 months, let's say, is to be a really close contender to skate, to perform on a closer level to them, and try to be the best Bulgarian team. Of course, I know it will take some time because all the skate players are really experienced. They played together a lot, and also they have a lot of experience in the international scene. It will take some time, but that's one of our goals, and we believe we can manage it. And the other thing is getting into top 30, being a stable top 30 team until at least the end of the year. So, yeah, basically that's it. We're just gonna work hard. We're gonna give our best, and I guess sky is the limit.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Spellan, for coming on, and I'll be keen to see you in the server and hopefully reaching those goals soon.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm also looking forward to see you casting us.
Lovely, mate. Lovely.